Hey everybody, welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, the altcoin show, coming at you daily, 6 days a week. I want to welcome you to the show wherever you are tuning in from around the world. Thanks for watching. We're going to talk about a coin that could go all the way. Where? You're about to find out as we share the news and share the chart. So if you haven't done so already, you know what I'm about to say. Smash that like. This will help get this content out to more people and does help support the channel. And of course, I do appreciate all the kind words of encouragement that you guys leave in the comments, and any of the questions I look to get back to as soon as I am able to. The cheat sheet is below. If you've been following the cheat sheet, you've been printing money in both stocks and crypto. Got all the entries there and the take profit levels there. There's free airdrops, there's free resources, there are all kinds of great content there. That is in the link in the description, including the Stocks with Josh Discord, the most amazing Discord on the planet. I'm in the crypto section of that, and I have my own Crowned Traders channel within that Discord as well. You can see the link in the description or in the cheat sheet as well. Okay, what is it? Well, I think I'm being kept obvious here, but I think you've already guessed which one it is. It's none other but the Grim Reaper. The Grim Reaper. I said, how many are we going to peel off before Halloween? And we've got Link. Link is next. It took out DOT. It actually also took out Bitcoin Cash. It was a double homicide there as Sui is just absolutely crushing it. And I've been calling this coin since it was in the 40-cent range. Somebody in the Discord reminded me of that I've been calling this out since it was in the 40-cent range. You would have been up 400 to 500% had you taken that trade. Even if you'd taken the trade at around the dollar mark, I kept giving it around the 60 cents, the 80 cents, the dollar mark, and certainly you would have at least doubled your money and done 100%. Unlike if you'd stayed in Link, you've probably not made anything at all. Sadly, same with DOT and Bitcoin Cash. Okay, so we are up to what number is it now on the list? And could it go all the way to the top 10? I believe it is just inevitable. What's that movie with the Matrix? Mr. Anderson, do you know what the sound is? That's the sound of inevitability. And this is the sound of inevitability because Sui is up to number 15. I do believe that it's going to be in the top 10. I do believe that it could go all the way to $30, which is what I have the target on my cheat sheet. Okay, my bull run top target of $30. I'm going to show you how it can do that in a moment, okay? So Sui absolutely crushing it. The Grim Reaper Sui keeps going, and certainly you can see that people are bailing from Ethereum, and they're sending the majority of that is going into Sui and then also Solana, okay? So money is leaving Ethereum and it's moving over to Sui. Just by a little bit, the favorite blockchain, but it is the favorite blockchain for ETH users to bridge over to. It's a superior blockchain. It's faster. It's cheaper. It's built on a better programming language. It doesn't need layer 2s to prop it up. And also, as well, it's got a capped supply. So unlike Ethereum, they can just keep printing that token to oblivion. There, certainly Sui has a capped supply there. All right, well, we're going to jump into some of the charts. And people have asked, they liked the pump and dump section that I did. So we're going to do a little bit of pump and dump here. And certainly we're going to look at our crypto market cap prediction. And the one that I got asked about the most was Chainlink. And I've shared this on the channel for many, many months. While other YouTubers going, Link's going to $500, Link's going to $700, probably, possibly, maybe getting paid by Link. Certainly, but even if Link does get to the market cap of XRP around 30 billion, it's going to do 4.4 X. And I think this is a realistic price target with Link, unless it gets some kind of ETF, grayscale, something happens or something shifts, which is going to cause money to come into it. What has been my big problem with Link all along, and I've told you guys repeatedly on this channel about it, and this is why I've talked about Sui and I've talked about Tau, and I have them on my cheat sheet. And I've even done videos, last chance to buy this coin before it pops. And what happened? The coin popped. And many of you, when I did, after seeing what happened with Sui and Tao, when I said, hey, last chance to buy Banana Gun before it pops, you got in and jumped in and got it at 45, even though I'd been giving it to you since 29 and 32 and 35 and 36 and 41, even more recently, kept giving you that trade, Banana Gun trade. And so the problem I had with Link all along is simply the tokenomics suck. I'm just going to put it out there, okay? You've got around half of the supply that's not in circulation and can be dumped at any time upon the holders. And, okay, now, if Link does happen to get to the fourth highest coin on the list, Solana, it could do a 10x. So I think this is the best. I think this is kind of best case scenario here with Solana. BNB might even have a little bit of a higher market cap. I think Solana's around 70 billion. I think BNB's around 90 billion or something. So these is probably my best case scenarios for Link. It's probably around a 10x, but I actually think more than likely Link might just get back to around this here, which is the current market cap of XRP, which is about $30. Okay, and so you can just see how that works. Now, obviously, for Sui, where have I come with the prediction for the $30? Very simply, if it gets back to the market cap of XRP, it's going to do a 5x from here. But remember, it was 40 cents when I was telling you about Sui. Okay, certainly, it's more likely that at least gets to 70 billion, which gives you the $26 target. But I actually think possibly the 90 to 100 billion is a really strong possibility, which is where I get the $30 from. Okay. Now Cardano went to 90 billion in the last cycle. And so certainly it's possible that we do see that. Now am I saying that it's going to get to $30? No, I'm not. I'm saying that is a possible. And I'm not saying it's going to go to 300. I mean, if it gets to ETH market cap of around 250 billion, it gets to $110. Okay. And that's really up there. And if it gets to $1 trillion in market cap, which is what Bitcoin has, then now we can start talking about that. And it's just, you've got to stay within the realms of If you actually look in the charts here, we're going to actually look at Link here, Link and Bitcoin chart. And this is always the thing, because people say to me, why are we in altcoins? What are we doing in altcoins? And that's a good question, right? Why are we in altcoins? Well, because we think we're going to make more money than Bitcoin, right? We think, we're going to make more money than Bitcoin being in altcoins. But what if Bitcoin is really just making you more money there? I mean, since 2020, sorry, Link holders, but in 2020, since in fact August 2020, you would have made more money if you had been in Bitcoin. So why are you in Link? It's not making you more money. In fact, it's performed woefully and poorly against Bitcoin. Now, would I sell my Link now? Absolutely not. I would have sold it when I started talking to you about selling it months ago and rolled it into coins like Sui or Tau or Banana Gun. Even Blub has done a 10x. We're really at a bit of a bottom against Bitcoin here. So certainly I wouldn't necessarily, but I would be looking at this point, I would be looking at dollar cost averaging out of there. We've had a little bit of a pump. We've come back. Again, we've come into some support here. So certainly I never advocate selling a coin at the bottom. All right, unless you're selling to another coin that's also at a chart looks like this at its bottom. Okay, certainly that. But selling a coin that's at its bottom into a coin like Sui or Tau that's already done 400 or 500% since August certainly is very risky, because then you can just see that coin come down and have a bit of a breather pullback while the coin that you sold into it is gone. And so many people make this mistake. They get that FOMO and it ends up wrecking them, okay? So Link is definitely one for now. Is it a pump or is it a dump? Certainly it's not a dump. If I have Link, I'm probably not selling it right here, but I'm certainly looking to dollar cost average out on the way up and taking profits. So, and dollar cost averaging out is different than taking profits on the way up. It means I'm taking out my original capital on the way up with any profits that I happen to have there on Link. But certainly Link is not a coin for me. And so, but I wouldn't be dumping it right now unless there's another coin you can move it into sideways. The next coin that people have asked about was Ondo. And so Ondo is an interesting one because the tokenomics aren't very good at all. Now, if you go with Ondo to a market cap of Ethereum, that's not realistic in my opinion. I don't think Ondo is a $250 billion coin. Maybe I'm wrong. But certainly if it gets the market cap of Solana, that's 67x, $50. That's why it's on my cheat sheet, people. And so if we go to, let's have a look at XRP, that's about 30 billion market cap. So $21 is not out of the realm of possibility. But what you've got to get past is a horrible unlock coming in January, where a massive amount of supply is going to be dumped. These are all these VCs that got this token at like probably a cent or something, or very low. And even if Ondo is around 75 cents, are probably massively in profit on that and may look to dump those, or they may hold and look to wait. And maybe it's already priced in. It's just too much of a risk for me. So for right now, Ondo is not a hold for me. I am not holding Ondo. I sold my Ondo and rolled it into other stronger tokens. And those stronger tokens have since done 400 to 500% since I made that move. The Ondo chart here, if we look on the monthly, certainly we are coming down to an area here of some support, but I do like looking at Ondo. If there is an Ondo Bitcoin pairing here, there is, and this really tells the story. You just would have been better off being in Bitcoin. Just stay in Bitcoin and let this unlock happen and get out of the way and then look to get back in the trade. So Ondo for me now, if you hold Ondo right now, it's a difficult one. I certainly, if it's me and I'm holding Ondo right now, but certainly I would be looking to maybe de-risk. That would be my strategy with Ondo. I'd be de-risking. I dumped it a few months ago. So certainly a few months ago, I would have said dump. Certainly I saw this coming because I thought people are smart. Smart money's smart. And January is looming and people do not want any part of that. And so, but it could have been priced in already and we could see a pump up to that. So what I'm doing with Ondo, if I hold Ondo right now, is I am de-risking, which means every pump up, which we just had a recent one here, I would probably offload some and kind of minimize that position. Okay, minimize that position a little bit there. Okay, so that's what I'm doing with Ondo. Render. So let's look at Render here. We've got Render coming up and with a market cap of XRP, $77. I think it's a realistic price target for Render to the upside. I'm not sure it gets that high. I think certainly for me, nothing ever is guaranteed, right? But certainly if we got up to the market cap of Solana currently is about 70 billion, we've got a 32x. So I would say the 30 billion market cap for Render is a lot stronger possibility. So it's around a 10x, maybe not even that much. Let's have a look at Render here, the Render chart. We can certainly see with Render, and there was another one that I get asked about. Certainly with Render, we are certainly having a little bit of a breakout here, and certainly we do want to get above. I mean, we're still we've got that $7.40 level there. But you can see here, this is the level that we want to really bust above here. And you can see there's going to be a lot of resistance. So certainly very bullish with Render. Certainly against Bitcoin, it probably as of late hasn't had a great time of it, and it hasn't. But you can see that, we move me out of the way here, from January 2023 all the way up to around just recently, the last couple of months, it was better to be in Render than in Bitcoin. And certainly that's what I did. I got in Render at around about $1 here. Certainly you can see, let's look back at the normal Render chart here. I got in around about $1. Let's have a look at the chart. Yeah, so I got back here and around about this when it hit around about $1. So just around here as we took off, I got in and I was able to ride it up and make about 1,000% or 10x on that one. I took profit, okay? Took profit off the table, and I've been accumulating. And obviously the other one that I got, these are the four that I got asked about the most. Matic, I mean, this is just a disaster chart. Certainly could be at the bottom here. So would I advocate selling at the bottom? Certainly, it would be risky. As you can see it here, it's just against Bitcoin, it's just an absolute nightmare disaster. And if we go to the charts here, we're probably going to see that Matter against, if it were to, what's the potential? I guess it's this one here. You can do a 10x if you get to 30 billion. I just don't think it's going to get to 30 billion. If we get to the market cap of a Shiba Inu, for example, I think this is a little bit more realistic for Matic, maybe a 3x, maybe a 5x there. Maybe AVAX will give us a little bit more love there. Yeah, maybe a 5x for Matic. I'm seeing it struggling. You just never know. Sometimes these coins, you think they're dead and they're gone, and they come back to life with a vengeance, and it becomes a hated rally because you sold at the bottom. And here's what I'm going to say, and I'm going to finish off with this, is that as we come back to the charts here, it's really about the opportunity cost. If you look at SUI, the SUI chart has absolutely smashed it. And while you've been holding your Matic, you've missed out on 400%. While you've been holding your Link, you've missed out on 400%. While you've been holding your Ondo and other coins, Shiba Inu, I'm holding on it, you've missed out on 400 or 500%. And not only have you missed out on 405%, now if you want to get on SUI, you got to buy it for $2.24 instead of buying it at 40 cents, 45 cents when I gave the trade. And so this is what I'll always put out there here, is that it's not just about, finally, there's going to become a point where XRP is going to do a 3 or a 5x or something, and everybody's going to go, yay! But in the reality, what have you missed out on the meantime? And I can always jump back into Link. I can always jump into Matic or DOT or one of those other poorly performed coins at any time. But certainly, can I jump back into SUI? Can I jump back into Tau? I can, but it's going to cost me 4 or 5 times more per coin to do that, okay? And certainly when you think, if SUI can still go from $2 to $30, it still has some legs in it. Now, dollars, I think it's got a good chance to get to that $20 to $30 region. If I was to throw a wild guess out there, because that's all that this is, because I'm not a financial advisor, this is not financial advice, this is for education and entertainment purposes only. Are you not entertained? Certainly, I would say I would put it somewhere in that $20 to $30 range. I would. I really feel that it can get there. That's a solid 10x from here minimum, possibly more. But now I'm saying for these coins, selling at the bottom is not necessarily the best plan. You've got to have a plan. Number one, when you sell them, that you've got to have something to sell it into immediately. You don't want to sell into cash, because we're at the point of the cycle where everything could just take off and then you get stuck with cash. And the coin that you just sold off takes off, and the coin that you didn't sell into takes off. So you want to have a plan to move that token into a different token. Number one, you want to plan out your trade, and then you want to plan out whether you're going to do a rip the band-aid off and go, hey, this is at the bottom, this is at the bottom, it's a straight swap over, or this is pumping, this is at the bottom. As this pumps, I'm going to dollar cost average into different projects or whatever. And you don't have to go from one coin wholly into another. So I do hope that helped you today. Of course, as always, until the next episode, happy trading.